Hey everybody, time for Mixed Media Mayhem. Hello, Yvette here. I have the fabric paper that I made. This is the one with the Mod Podge. The one I think I can, it's very dry now and it's all warped. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to straighten it out a little bit so I can use it. Again, this is a place where the rotary cutter would be very helpful, the one I don't have. But I'm going to use this middle part because it's the flattest. And I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. I'm just going to get a section here. Okay. I want it wider than that because it's going to be, I'm going to use these pieces for the cover on a journal. Let's see. I have to remember the measurements I use. 5.5. I need 5.5 up here. There it is. Mark that off. I'll cut these out with my scissors. Okay. Like that. So what I'm going to do to straighten these out is I'm going to put these in water and really soak them, and then I'm going to stick them underneath. Since I used Mod Podge for this and it's cured, it should stay okay. Just in case, I'm going to leave them on my flat surface like this with I'm going to put another Teflon sheet over that and then put something heavy on it to let it sit and flatten out. And I'm going to do that for 24 hours. I'm going to let them sit for a good 24 hours to see if they'll flatten out. So I'll see you again in 24 hours. I'm going to make a journal for my little granddaughter. She is a mixed media artist in the making, and what I did is I took some Canson mixed media paper. Let me look at. It's 98-pound paper, and it's the mixed media Canson stuff. So the signatures are going to be made with this, and then on the bottom, I'm going to put some paper where that'll help her write sentences, and on the top she'll write, draw pictures, and at the bottom she'll write a sentence about those pictures. So that's what I'm doing. I cut the covers out of the Mod Podge fabric paper. I'm going to straighten these, and now I'm going to fold all of these to make them into signatures, and you don't have to watch me do that. So give me a few minutes. Okay, I've got all my signatures marked, 1 1/4 inches in. Now I'm going to measure for the lids. And I put 2 marks here, in and in. I don't need to measure them. I go by these measurements, by the signature measurements. And now on the covers, I need to measure in. I'm going to measure in 1/4 inch from the edge at the places where I marked for where the stitch is going to go. And I need to just put a little dot there because that's where I'm going to put the holes for my Coptic Stitch. just a little bit further away. Okay. Now I'll do the same on the other. Let's see, there it is. A 1/4 inch. Quarter inch. All right. Now I'm going to use it. Okay, I have my signatures all folded and ready. I'm going to do a Coptic stitch on this journal. So what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to do 2 rows. I don't need 3 rows because it's short. These are approximately 5 by 7 inches each. And so I need to mark where I'm going to put this rows of stitching. So this is 5 inches, so 1, 2.5 is the middle. I'm not going to put any stitches there, but I am going to put a here and here. So I think what I'm going to do, I was going to go half of 2.5, which is 1 1/4. Yeah, I'm still going to do that. 1 1/4 and 1 1/4. So that's where I'm going to put my rows of stitching. I'm going to erase the middle one since I'm not going to be doing stitching there. Now I'm going to mark all the signatures at 1 1/4 inch by 1 1/4 inch from either end. That way I know where to poke my holes and to sew my signatures. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, here I am. I've got my needle double threaded, just a regular knot at this end, and it's doubled over. So to start the Coptic stitch, as you know, I've got the holes in the signatures, I've got the holes in the both lids, in both bookends. We're going to go inside the signature and into the first hole. Now we're going to stay on the outside of the bookend, go into the hole from the outside in. Pull it snug, not too snug. Now I'm going to go, my thread is on the left side, I'm going to go into the right side, because we're going to go around that stitch and back into the signature. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the other hole in the signature. Out to the outside of the cover. Go from the outside of the cover to the inside. Snug it up, not too much. My thread is on the left side of my stitch, so I'm going to put it into the right side and bring it back around. Now, since this is the end hole, I'm going to bring up my next signature, and instead of putting the needle back into the hole like I did the first time, I'm going to put it into the hole of the second signature. Well, that's what happens when the holes in the signature don't come out even. That's okay, we can work with it. Pull it up. Sorry about the camera wiggle, I just hit my iPad. Pull it up. Snug it up. Bring it over to your next hole in the signature. Okay, and out we go. Now this time, we're going to circle the stitch in the first, after the first signature, between the signature and the cover. And you want to circle it all the way, so I'm going to go ahead and do it again so that it's completely around. And put it back into the signature where you just came. Oh, I'm at the end. If I had more, this would make more sense. So make sure you watch the video from Sea Lemon that I'm going to put in the discussion area, because her description is much better and her camera angle is much better. So I haven't got I'm still new to this and haven't quite got the setup. So I'm going back into my third signature. Over to the next hole. Out the signature hole. Come on. There we go. Out the signature hole. Snug it up. Go around the previous stitch. Now this is my last signature. This means I need to put my other cover on. So before I go, instead of going into the signature like I would if I was adding more, I'm going to go from the top of the cover, from the outside of the cover to the inside. Pull it snug. Not too snug because you still have to work in that last signature. And go around the stitch between the second and the third signatures. Pull it snug. Now you go into the signature, the last signature. Okay, let's see. Where did I go wrong? Yeah, this is not how it's supposed to go. Obviously, I did not do a good job of poking those holes in the signatures. I should have gone in a little deeper with the awl to make the hole a little bigger. So here I am into the signature. Pull it snug. There's your first one. Go out the signature. Sorry. Circle the stitch in the previous row. Now from the top of the cover to the bottom. Around the stitch in the previous row, so between the third and the fourth signatures. And back in the last signature. Sometimes it's hard to see that hole. So just use your needle to scooch the thread over a little bit. There we go. Now, snug that up, tie a knot. I like to tie a double knot. Make sure it's nice and snug. As you can see, it's been a while since I've done the Coptic stitch. It's good to stay in practice, keep practicing it, because each time you do it, you get better at it. It's been probably 5 years since I've done a Coptic stitch, so there we go. Snug. That's not the best situation, but I'm going to use some gesso, I think, and I'm debating on whether to just gesso these pages for Ellie or show her how to do it herself. Either way, you can just snip this off and you're good to go. As you can see, I got the covers a little bit flatter by putting them between 2 Teflon sheets and putting something heavy on them. But if I was going to do this again, I would put fewer pages in the signatures, so I'd have more signatures, but they'd be thinner. I think it would be easier to do the Coptic stitch. And then I would practice the Coptic stitch more on something else before I did it on a book that I was going to give as a gift. But I'm not going to do any more embellishments on this because I'm going to have Ellie do that. This is hers. She's a up-and-coming little artist, and she's going to decorate it and fill it up. It's her own little art journal. And if I have time, if I get a chance to do that, I will film it. but I might not be able to. So thank you. I want you to go create. Make sure if you do the Coptic Stitch that you watch Sea Lemon's version of doing the Coptic Stitch, because she's got the right angle on her camera for you to see exactly how to do it. And you all have a really good day. Bye-bye.